What is going on, everyone? Alex here. Let's talk today about being yourself. What does it mean exactly? How can we shift our understanding of what it means to help us? Many of us struggle with this in certain situations. Looking back over my years, struggling through my teens and my 20s, feeling a sense of lacking in self-confidence, not feeling totally myself in particular environments. There have been many times in my life where I have felt a real sense of isolation, a sense of not being myself, a sense of anxiety and insecurity. And I also wanted to share a little bit more about what's really helped me in terms of thinking about this stuff in a way that's been helpful. What is being yourself? Now, we get a lot of people who might tell you to be yourself when you ask them the question, what do I do in this situation to be relaxed and to do well? People will tell you, just be yourself. What does that actually mean? Well, I think that's the funny thing, isn't it? I think when you tell someone to be themselves, it's such a subjective, potentially subjective thing. People will interpret it the way they want to interpret it. People will have their own view. A lot of people are confusing themselves by having a preconceived idea of what it means to be themselves. And so they try to be this, they try to be that. And it's the trying that has brought me, certainly, more confusion than not. It's the thinking I need to be a certain type of person to fulfill a vision that I hold in my head about who I think myself is that has caused confusion and even more insecurity. If you ask a lot of the gurus what it means to be truly authentic, what it means to be yourself, a lot of them confuse issues even more by telling you to do things like just relax, try not to overreact, try not to get too emotional, just fake it till you make it, think positive thoughts, think positive affirmations to kind of get into state. It's the trying that creates resistance and confusion and complication, unnecessary complication for me, because I'm constantly thinking about, am I doing this right? Am I thinking positively enough? Am I doing this and that? And this is caused me plenty of unnecessary suffering over the years, because I've been in my head even more trying to alleviate what I perceived to be a problem in the first place. And that problem initiated in thought, and the solution is also rooted to thinking. Lots and lots of things I have tried to fix a perceived problem in me. What I think is really valuable for you guys who are contemplating this and looking to find your own relief, your own sense of real authenticity in yourself, what really helps is to understand how the mind works, what the mind means, how thinking plays a role in our experience. We have a pure aliveness, an energy running through us, an authentic energy, an intelligence that runs through us, that animates us. And it is our default to live that aliveness. It is our default to live the spark that animates us. Many people call it awakeness, aliveness, universal mind. It's a pervasive, connected energy that animates all things, and it runs through each and every one of you. It is our thinking, our personal thinking, our egoic, subjective, opinionated thinking that can get in the way of that. There is nothing you need to do to control your feelings, to control your emotions, to control your thinking. A lot of us think we need to manage our thoughts better when we're in a situation that prompts discomfort in us, that prompts stress. If you're feeling stressful, we think to ourselves, I'm doing something wrong. I need to change this. I need to change how I'm thinking. And you start looking deeper at your thoughts and how you feel, and you get even more and more self-conscious, and it becomes an endless cycle of becoming more and more aware of you and taking yourself seriously. You don't need to do anything. You need to put your attention, if anything, on the present moment. That's the only thing, just to kind of get away from that obsession with self, that sense that you need to change yourself. And I was talking with a client the other day who was having challenges around being himself, wanting to be more at ease in social situations. He was looking for conditions to be just right in order to feel at ease. What I told him was that he doesn't need to do anything, because his happiness, his social fearlessness, his ability to connect and to be himself is already within him. It took a couple of seconds for him to register, but you could see the relief in his realization that there is nothing to be done. There is no thinking to be changed. Thoughts will come and go as they do. Give yourself a day or two just to try this out for yourself. Not necessarily needing to be anyone else, not trying to force anything, just to allow yourself to return to your default state, to connect with that inner aliveness again. And if thoughts come up that frighten you, that seize you up, let them float past rather than seizing them and taking them so seriously. The more I'm willing and able to just let go, the better things get. The more I can sense my true self coming back. What if it was the case that the very desire to be yourself, the very want to be different, the very need for things to change, and that you need to change your personality, you need to change who you are in order to be happy? What if that very desire was the thing that was holding you back from being yourself? Because in the desire, in the wanting, you're creating yourself as someone who isn't yourself. You're creating yourself as someone who still has a ways to go. And that's pressure. And that's all it takes to continue to suffer needlessly. The real salvation is in the understanding that you are already there, and all you're doing is making life more complicated than it needs to be. If you're looking to be yourself, stop looking. Realize that you have an innate aliveness, an innate intelligent energy that runs through you as your default. That is what it feels like to be alive. That is you. You are the essence beyond your body, your physical form. You are energy, ultimately. And to be yourself requires a simple recognition that this is the case, that you are energy, that you are not personality, you are not all the thoughts you hold in your head about who you think you are and how you need to change. The beauty is in realizing that you don't need to do anything to find yourself. So next time you find yourself in a situation where you're worried about not coming across authentically, maybe you're nervous, maybe you're anxious, maybe you just feel that you're going to fall into the pattern of not being your true self, let go. Focus on what's in front of you, focus on the present, enjoy what's happening in front of you, be there for whoever with whatever is in front of you. Let go of the need to focus attention on yourself, because there is no self ultimately. Your self is energy that is running through everything and all things. That's been really helpful for me, hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video.